What's going on, everybody? Darren here from Misguided Audio Visuals, and today I'm going to show you how to sample inside the Maschine program. Little background information: I've been using the Maschine MK2 for about 3 years now. Love it. Hands down, probably one of my go-to pieces of equipment in the studio. But before we get started with the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get updates on when we release our latest videos. And now, here's the title screen. Alrighty guys, so here I have the Maschine MK2. It is powered off. I'm going to go ahead and load up the Maschine 2 software, but more importantly, before we get started, I always recommend checking for updates and checking your library. That way you have all the latest sounds and patches. That way you're not going to have any glitches going on. So typically when you first start up the Maschine 2 software, if you get any new additional plugins, it will automatically scan those and put them over to the library. So now, when you first load up the Maschine 2 software, it will take you directly over to the library, and you'll be able to scroll through all your sounds and packs and stuff like that. So in order to find your samples, you have to go to Files. It will bring up all your external hard drives, and you'll have to go into each individual hard drive and find whatever file setting you have. So typically, if you have a folder that you constantly use, you can click the history and whatever file name it is. I just named it samples. So load up all your samples here. One key element to your samples is that they have to be wave. So what I do before I even load up any of the software, I always load Logic and bounce the files as waves. So you want to make sure they're in wave before you even touch them. Alright, so specifically for this example, I'm going to use the job base counting stars. So typically when you load up the sample, it's in the first bank. You can highlight, load up as many samples as you want, whatever. So typically when you load up the samples, it will play. I come over here to the power button. That way I can turn the sound on and off. Some people do it differently. That's just how I do it. So in order to begin working on your sample, what I typically do is over on the Maschine MK2, I turn the polyphony down to 1 and set the type to ADSR. That way when I'm hitting my pad, I hit my pad, I can remove my finger, the sample turns off. It's just a little bit easier, especially when you go into editing your sample. So, big key tip there, buddy-o pals. So, first things first, once you adjust the polyphony and you adjust your type, you want to go over here to the top left, hit sampling. It will show you, it will bring you to the record sample, to the record section first, and that's if you're running a vinyl player and you wanna rip a sample from a vinyl. If you have any type of if you have a guitar player in here and you want to sample a guitar, you can do all that inside of here. So hit the second button. You want to go over to edit. That way you can edit the sample. So we're gonna adjust where it starts and where it ends. So I'll always come to the beginning of the sample. That way as soon as I hit it, it just starts. So you see that I have that little about 4 seconds of just air time. So that's the biggest way to get rid of that. You want to make sure you get the view in depth to be able to see where it starts. So as you can see, as soon as I hit it, sample comes right on. So we're gonna adjust the view again. So this is a very, very long song. So what I'm going to do is get the first couple of bars. So zoom into the first couple seconds of it. One of the biggest things that you can do is do your 4-bar count. So the 4-bar count is, you hit it and it's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and in order to do that you have to go with the song. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and of course I got it. So as you can see, I got that set a little bit off, so I wasn't able to do the 4th bar. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So I gotta zoom in a little bit more, adjust that back. And without getting these samples cleared or paying the royalties for the samples, I'm hoping that I don't get flagged by YouTube. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Boom. So I have the loop. So what I can do is scroll through the options. I can do the truncate, press apply. So once you truncate it, it will basically get rid of all of that excess stuff, and now I have my 4-bar loop. What you could also do is normalize it. You got reverse options, fade in, fade out, silence, cut, copy, paste, duplicate, stretch. So many different options right here on the top right corner. It's ridiculous. So now what we're gonna want to do is go to slice, and with the way that they have it now, you can manually slice it. That just depends on your level of sampling. Easiest thing to do is go to split mode. So right now I have it in 4 slices. So let's go to 16 full pads and all. So as soon as you do that, you want to so as soon as you slice it, you want to make sure you change the polyphony again, because it will automatically adjust to 8. So now I have all 16 pads adjusted to the sample. So now you can see I have all the pads. Boom. So now I got all the pads going. I can get out of this piano mode, zoom out, delete all of that, so that way I have a clear start. I can go back into the piano mode. So now what I want to do is turn my metronome on, adjust the BPMs, and kind of find. I'm gonna start at 100 just for this one. So you can shift, count in. So not really the best sample work. restart. So, based off of that, tempo's not really that great. So, I'm not going to go into a whole video of making a sampled bass beat, but that is how you sample on the Maschine MK2 with the Maschine 2 software. This is just a quick process of showing you guys how I sample with the MK2 software and the hardware. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you get updates on when we release our next video. And again, my name's Darren from Misguided Audio and Visuals, and it's always a good time here with us.